This your boy comedian Tony D, and you're watching Century Uncut.
So, Tony D,
What's up? What's up?
actor, entertainer, comedian,
Yes, sir.
producer.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, what you working on right now?
Just working on this bullying campaign right now with the kids, going into all the elementary schools, talking to the kids about bullying. I think it's a much needed situation, and I just feel like a lot of people, they say they're gonna do something with the community. They say they're gonna come out and reach out and try to talk to the kids and things of that nature, and so-called want to be OGs or whatever, they not taking the initiative to do that. So I feel like with me being real as I am, and that's the only way I can do, and I say, well, you know what? I'm going to create something for the kids. I'm going to create a cartoon character of myself, and that way I can be relatable to the kids, where the kids will gravitate to me and they'll want to listen to me because I'm a cartoon figure. You know what I mean? I used to be bullied when I was coming up, and so I know how that feel. Right. So, with that, I was like, you know what? That's probably going on in schools right now. And a lot of kids are scared and afraid to talk about it. You know what I mean? So I have a 3-step rule, before they, stand up to the bully. You know what I mean? You go to your teacher first. Let them know that you're getting bullied. Somebody taking your lunch money, somebody maybe, doing whatever, and then you talk to your parents. Mm-hmm. And then if nothing happens from that moment, then you have to stand up to that bully. Mm-hmm. Because if not, the pain and the trauma gonna continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something you went through personally?
Yeah. Coming up in the hood, and it was and I learned that, that was part of my growth. That was part of who I became, because it made me tough. It taught me how to fight, you know what I mean? And, it taught me that, no matter what, wherever you go in life, you got to be a man and you got to be able to handle your business. And, if not, you're going to always be taken advantage of.
Right. So what set you up and where you from?
Oh, man, I'm from, you can say all parts of the north side. Any part of the north side, I'm from there. I can't really say one neighborhood because my mama was moving all over the place.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like all over. Okay. And I'm well known all over because of moving different places and just being real. You know what I mean? Like, I was that person. Like, if my homeboy had a problem with somebody on this side of town, I was that person that stand in and be like, bruh, no. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I know you know what I'm saying? I know you know what I mean? Man, it ain't worth, us getting into nothing.
Right.
I'm that person that bridge the gap.
You're a mediator.
Yeah, I'm not, I don't want to see, I don't want to see neither one of my people get hurt. So I'm that person that I'm never on nobody's side. I'm neutral in everything because I want everybody to live. I just want people to be able to grow and be great. You know what I'm saying, in life, because I lost my cousin last night.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying? Sorry. She was brain dead, and she had a lot of health issues, but nevertheless, you just don't know where death is, but she had a awesome life. She was real dear to me, but like I say, man. You just never know, you wake up and you're happy and you're going through things, and then, you get hit with the worst. And
right.
So, but nevertheless, I'm continue to hold the family down and just be there for the family, her sons, And that's all I can do is continue to put family first.
Absolutely. My condolences.
Thank you.
Now I see that you're working on a project right now. How did you get started in film? What's your background in film?
Well, I was on my first. I got hit with the acting bug when I was in school. I used to always want to be in plays
Okay.
and stuff like that, but I never knew the direction how to get there. So with me, and then you don't have nobody in your family that's doing this and that and the third. You're surrounded by drug dealers and you know what I mean, and people in the streets, and so if they haven't finished school or whatever the case may be, they're not going to be able to tell you, hey man, you can do this, you can do that, you know what I mean, and not having that type of guidance in my life, you know what I mean. Losing my dad at the age of 13, it was like, one of those things where I had to find myself, and I made a lot of mistakes in life trying to find myself. So, but I knew that I loved film. And then one day I was working at a hotel, and the movie Basic was filmed here. It was supposed to be filmed in Panama City, but Jacksonville reminds film directors of different cities and stuff like that. So they come here and they do the films and stuff like that. You be thinking that they didn't film this movie XYZ, but they be in Jacksonville a lot of times.
Oh, wow.
And the movie that was filmed here was Basic. It was a movie with John Travolta and Samuel Jackson and Tay Diggs. And I was Tay Diggs' stunt double.
Okay.
So being on the set with Tay Diggs, learning whatever he was doing and different things of that nature, it kind of like teleported me. Like I was like, dang man, to be around all these celebrities and they got free food and you know what I'm saying, you can come on set, people cooking for you, catering to you. So I kind of like when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, like this is the life, and you can get paid. You know what I'm saying? They pay you pretty good to be a stunt double and extras and stuff like that. So I wanted to do that one day, and then by me being a comedian, I just was like, okay, if I'm a comedian, one day I get known enough where that I can land myself in a movie, and where people can see me. And so my first film was Queen Pen. I was in Queen Pen. I was the comedian that the couple was watching on TV. They was in the bedroom and they was watching a comedy show on TV, and that was me who they was watching. So that was my first acting gig on Queen Pen, and then went on to recently Baker's Union with Nard Ross, featuring Nard Ross and a couple of more people in that film, and I was playing a crackhead. People was like, "Yo, well, darn, man, boy, you a big crackhead." You know what I'm saying? They never seen a crackhead that big. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I was a crackhead in that movie.
Okay.
So
Work that into your act.
Yeah,
Talking
man.
about that.
Yeah.
Where you see yourself in the next 5 years from now?
A multi-millionaire and a multi-mogul. I feel like I can put the city on in a major way where people won't just like say, well, when they think about Jacksonville, they don't think about just the Jacksonville Jaguars. They think about film, they think about greatness, they think about great rappers and stuff like that, man.
Right.
We got so many great rappers coming up young and coming up, man. And one is over here right now, you know what I mean? But I've been watching him grow, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he's gonna blow. So you look for the trigger. That boy that crucial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the film you're working on right now.
The film I'm working on right now is it's called Probable Cause, and Probable Cause, man, it was real dear to me because I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote it. I was just, it just stuff was on my mind. I was like, man, I say I got to get up, so I just got up and I started writing. I wrote this film overnight. And I know it sounds crazy, but it really happened overnight. I wrote it like within 4 hours. Wow. And it's based on the cop killings. It was based on a father and son, but the father ended up getting killed, and the son was trying to go off to college, but that moment detoured him. And basically, what I wanted to do, I wanted to write something where it was realistic, where how things happen right then and in that time, and it don't just take weeks and weeks before things happen.
Right.
It was day to day. You know what I mean? Like, I put people in a perspective where this happened right here. Well, this finna happen the next day. Like, it was like on go, like a real life. It was on go. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's the mindset that I was thinking when I did this film.
Okay. You got a release date on it, or what?
Not at this moment. We
Okay.
working on it. Aaron, Aaron Bean, y'all need to understand that this man here he's serious. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the low key best kept secret directors, and he's a musician in Jacksonville. Yeah, man. And man, I tell you, so we're gonna talk about it and everything, but make no mistake about it. Now, we definitely coming within the next couple of months where we gonna release it, but we definitely gonna come on social media and let people know the world premiere. But we working on that right now because the movie's done.
Okay.
It's done.
Probable Cause.
Everybody's
Gonna be looking out for that.
Yes.
Got any other movies or films in the works that you want to do?
When I get this one out of the way, I got a thriller coming called The Elevator.
Okay.
And you go in that elevator and you ain't gonna make it out.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and the elevator is based on fear. You know what I mean? Fear kills everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a mind thing.
Right.
So if you let that elevator kill you, that means you didn't conquer your fear.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's only gonna be one person that survived, but that person conquered his fears.
Okay.
Then right after that, it'll be the basement.
Okay. The basement.
Be careful who around you. It can be your next door neighbor kidnapping kids and stuff like that, and you don't even know, but it's right up under your nose the whole time. So that's coming too. It's called The Basement, and so it's about a sick individual that kidnapping kids, but he didn't kill none of them. He just tortured them. You know what I mean? And one of them was able to get away, and that's how everything came to a halt. But for years, some kids was missing.
Right.
But it was right up under their nose the whole time. This person was right next door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are some good movies to look forward to.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your personal life.
Oh, man. I'm married. I got 3 kids, 2 step kids, and 1 biological son, 26 years old. I got a 19-year-old, and I got a daughter. She's a big-time accountant in D.C. And that's it. I just, married, man. I've been married 8 years.
Okay.
I've been married 8 years.
All right, ladies, you heard that.
Yeah, I've been married 8 years, and still going strong. And it's a day-to-day process. I mean, you gotta know that you gotta know that what you have is real, and that's the only way you can continue to move forward in life. And when you're married, it's a compromise. So everybody that's out there. Just know when you get married that it's no I, in team. In order for your marriage to be successful, you have to think team, and you'll make it.
Okay, that's a good word right there.
Yeah.
That's good word.
Yeah.
And so I know you put on the movie hat.
Yeah.
You put on the bullying.
Yeah.
No bullying.
My mascot.
Hat.
Yeah.
Are you still doing comedy?
Well, I can't honestly say I'm doing comedy like stand-up. What I'm doing now is comedy, but it's being me. I'm being able to be me. You know what I mean? I'm being able to not put on a show when I'm on stage. I'm doing what I'm normally doing in real life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it with kids. I'm able to have fun. And that was the whole thing that I was missing when I was doing stand up. I would make you laugh, but I wasn't really happy. Yeah, I might be happy that I killed it, and but it still was a part of me that just wasn't satisfied. So with me being able to just be me, and I have this character, and I can just interact with the kids, man, and just to see their face, man, when I do these little dance offs. Because what I do is I talk to them about bullying, and then at the end of my segment, I do a Tony D dance off. So when I do a Tony D dance off, I'm literally picking kids out of the classroom to go against me and dancing. Now, I can't dance at all, you know what I'm saying? But I will put on a show just to let these little kids know, man, y'all can't beat me. You feel me? And then, you know what I'm saying, they be going in, but I'm talking about they be going in. I'm telling you, I did not know these little kids be really popping and dropping. And I was like, oh my God. So, and I give them cash prizes, you know what I'm saying? I give them money, man, and you know, because, you know, I have to let them know that, man, you can win. Right. You know, you can really win, man. And I'm just excited. I just love people, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it sounds like you've reinvented yourself.
I had to. You know, I did 4 shows with Nephew Tommy, and he didn't take me on the road. No disrespect, nothing like that. No discredit to him. But you know, a lot of people don't see what you see. A lot of people don't see your vision. Right. So at the end of the day, you know, when you talented, when you got talent, a lot of people, and I'm not saying him, I'm just saying in general, period, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, when they see that you really, really have that talent to be great, they won't help you. I don't understand, you know, I just think that we need to break that, because you struggled to get to the top, but still somebody opened the door for you.
Right.
No matter what the situation is, you did not get there without somebody opening the door for you.
Absolutely.
But they'll tell you, man, I did this on my own. I did this cuz. Ain't nobody give me nothing cuz. I'm like, really? Somebody opened up the door for you. Somebody saw the talent in you and gave you an opportunity. Right. So why you can't give the next person an opportunity? Because to be honest with you, if you're older and you on your way out, you see somebody fresh, young, and really, really got what it takes, you can make money off that person. If you want to put it there. You feel me? You can do a contract and be like, hey, man, I want to get half of this, but I'm going to bring you on the road, but I'm going to take my little half. I'm okay with that. Right. You feel me? But you giving me an opportunity to finally get to a level where I can say, I no longer need you now. Right. You know what I mean? But so many people are so afraid of us taking their fan base. I can't take your fan base. Right. Your fans is your fans. They gonna forever love you. Right. You know what I mean? I'm just the new kid on the block.
There's plenty of food on the table. Yeah.
For sure.
And so, I know coming from Jacksonville. Yeah. There's a lot of things that go on, a lot of violence. There's a lot of violence that you hear on the news. Yeah. Other people hearing how high the violence rate is here. What's your take on that?
Oh, man, I really don't like it because it's so many of them that's talented. Mm-hmm. You know, they so talented, man, and they don't get a chance to really see what they talent can take them. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I really, really just wish they stopped, you know what I mean? Because back in the days when we came up, we had an issue with somebody, we fight, right. You know what I mean? And we live to see it another day, but these kids, man, they straight up killing each other, man, and, you know what I mean? And it's like, it ain't no stopping. And once you done kill somebody that you know what I'm saying, it's hard for you to let that go. And you know, because you'll get on social media and then talk about it. You can't do that. Like, right. That's like, you know what I mean? So all it do is just fuel everything. So every time, you know what I'm saying, they see, it just make the other person more angry and want to get you. So it's like, you can't do that. Like, you talking about the dead, you can't, you know what I mean? It's like, man, come on, man. Like, so if you're going to continue to do that, it's never going to end, you know right. what I mean? And my thing is, I just wish all of them were just, you know, come to some kind of truce, man, where they can, you know, all get successful and just be able to reap the benefits, man. Because at the end of the day, you want to live a lifestyle where you don't have to look over your shoulder. You got kids, you bring your kids in this world. You want to be able to take your kid where you ain't got to look over your back. You want to be able to raise your kid, man, and understand. I lost my daddy when I was 13 years old. And the heartbreak part of that is growing up not without a father.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom could not tell me or teach me how to be a man. I had to make too many mistakes on my own. I could have been great. I've already reached my potential if I had my daddy there. But some dude, man, my daddy was a professional gospel singer. And he came home off tour. And that's another thing how I ended up being talented as I am. Thanks to him and my mom. She's a singer too, and she's an evangelist. But my dad came off the road, and at the time my grandmama was living on Gulf Fair. And at that time they had the Waffle House on the corner of Gulf Fair. And that was my daddy's spot. And my dad used to come home off the tour and stuff like that, and he would walk. He didn't want to drive to the Waffle House. He was just really right down the street. So he decided to walk one day, and he already had a brain tumor already. So he decided to take a walk, and somebody robbed him, pistol whipped him, and left him for dead. And he was out for 6 hours before somebody found him. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And back then, where that racetrack at, it used to be a Chevron at the time. And somebody found my daddy, man, and when they took him to the hospital, he was already like without oxygen, something like what my cousin just experienced. So my daddy basically was a vegetable. So, you know, for me to go see my dad, and he was looking like he was retarded and stuff like that, I never saw my dad like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of like really, really did something to me, and it angered me. But I just like, you know, when you a kid, you like, oh man, my dad'll be back, right? You don't really understand it. So you like, man, my dad, he gonna bounce back, you know what I mean? And my daddy didn't last in the hospital for a week, and he was gone. So somebody took my daddy, you know what I'm saying? So if I was up in age, I know what some of these kids be feeling, you know. At that time, I was like, I wish I was old enough to, you know, really find that person who did that, you know what I mean? Because that really, really, and that's why I say I feel these kids, man. I understand, right. You know, but we just gotta stop, you know what I'm saying? And it's a hurtful thing, man, to see, because it's us killing each other.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's us. I don't like it, because at the end of the day, it's just not good. It's not good for the city, you know, and man, so I'm just one of them people that's trying to do something major, so hey man, people can have an opportunity to be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we were talking about mom and dad. How many siblings did you have growing up?
I got four brothers. And one sister. Okay. Yeah, and I'm so blessed, man. They still here. I got my older brother. His birthday's Sunday, but he's having a birthday party. He turned 50. And man, he's going all out, man. He told me last night, he's like, bro, I need to get a limo. I'm like, man, you know the prom this weekend? Do you know the prom this weekend? So so he's doing it real big this weekend. So I'm just thankful that I got all my brothers, and God is just really blessing us to continue to be successful and still alive, to be able to see each other and love each other and grow, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to bounce off the subject, but what do you think about Trump?
Oh man, you know, man, I don't think Trump is gonna go to jail. Hell, he got enough money where he can buy his own jail.
Right, he probably owns one.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, man, Trump freeing all us, man. You know what I'm saying? He freed all the African Americans. He need to see murder about it, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I honestly, man, Trump is a character, man. I don't even vote, because all of them crooks when you think about it. But Trump is the most, I think he's special. You know what I mean? I think he's special ed like I was. You know, I was in them special classes and stuff like that, man. So I think Trump was in special classes, but you can really see it now. He just tell you how he feel. He don't give a darn, man.
No filter.
He ain't got no filter, man. And people be thinking, is he for real? Yeah. It's just like with me, people be saying, Tony D, how you can say this and that and the third? Well, I was on that short bus, so it was easy to say it. You know what I mean? Some stuff I pronounce words wrong sometimes, and people be like, dang. And then when I spell the word, don't blame me because it's spelled wrong. It's the way I talk. So if I talk like that, I'm going to spell it the way I talk.
Okay.
There it is. So to me, it's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all that counts, Tony.
That's all that matters, man. For real, for real. Yeah.
And so I hear you saying that mom was an evangelist.
Yep.
Dad was a gospel singer.
Yep.
Sounds like you were raised in a
church.
Godly home.
Yeah, I was raised
in the church.
I was raised in the church house. We had to go to church. That was a must in my household. I mean, and that's really and truly, I think everybody need to get a piece of God somewhere, because without God we can't do nothing. A lot of people call on God at the wrong time. Like they'll deny him or either blame him for their downfalls, but God ain't the one told you to do this. He ain't put you in a position. He ain't put you in that position. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in that predicament. So, but I think that's an easy cop out. To blame, you want to shift blame, so you blame somebody. So you got to blame somebody. So you're going to blame God because you don't know nobody else to blame for your downfalls or something that decisions that you done made in life. You know what I'm saying? But man, my grandmama, my great grandmama, she was, she made sure that we knew God, man, and she made sure that we understood how this life is and the choices that we make in life, and I mean, I grew up back then, man, where you couldn't even afford to pay for a funeral, so they used to have a casket in your house.
Wow.
And you used to coming down the hallway and you seeing a body in your house, like, who is this person? You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's something.
You know what I mean? So that's how poor we was. So you know what I mean? So you had to have funerals in your house, in your apartment. So it's like, oh my God, man. So I was so happy to grow up, so I can make my own way, cause I wasn't finna keep living like this. You hear me? Shoot, I gotta make a pallet on the floor next to somebody I don't know. You hear me?
Right.
I gotta get up out of here. You hear me? Quick. Shoot, nigga, all these spirits walking around, and them ain't my family. You feel me? I gotta get up out of here.
Right.
Yes, sir. Shoot. Yeah, man, it was hard, man, but it's fair. I mean, it made me who I am to this day, man. I'm just happy. I love life. I love to be able to just do what I want to do, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Tell me, are there some other projects that you're doing in the community? I love the no bullying campaign.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm going into every hood. I don't care where it's at. I just want to be able to touch the kids, man. Just be able to show them that, man, somebody love you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, man. I don't care. I don't feel nothing. And I feel like I got to be that person, you know what I mean, for everybody to see and be like, dang, man, we need to get behind him, bro. Like, we got to get behind Tony D, man, because he really, really care about these kids, man. And the only reason, and the thing is, because I see how the kids are going, how they talking to their parents in a kind of way. I saw something the other day where this little girl, she was 11 years old, telling her grandmama, "You doing too much." And I just sat there for a minute. I ain't want to interfere because her daddy was just walking off and he wasn't even trying to check her. And she was like, "Y'all acting like this and that and the third, and I mean, y'all just doing." Now this 11-year-old girl. Yeah. And when I seen her daddy wasn't doing that, I'm like, man, forget all this. You know, we just have to fight if necessary. I don't care, but I got to stand in.
Right.
So I told her, I say, look here, do you know who that is? That's your grandma. You don't talk to your grandma like that. That's not your friend. You don't do that. And she was like, her jaw was just dropped. Like, she couldn't believe I was saying that. I was like, this is not your friend. This is not your peer.
Right.
You don't talk to her like that. You cutting your days off. You do not talk to your grandma. You don't have no job. You ain't paying bills. Why are you talking to her like that? So at the end of the day, man, her grandmama didn't even say nothing. Her grandmama say, thank you.
Yeah.
And her own daddy was there.
Right.
He walked off. I didn't even care, man. We had to fight, bro. I didn't know how to fight.
Right. We heard that you had to fend for yourself in the community.
Yeah.
And now you're fending for the other children in the community.
I have
which
to.
is awesome.
I love it, man. I love it, man. I just want to be able to say, when that kid go home, that's why I started my business. It's called the Tony D Experience. You know, when kids come see me perform and they see the people that I have with me, they're going to be able to go home and talk about me to their dad, to their mama, and be like, you know, we had such a good time. You know, the Tony D Experience. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to be able to, I want to leave that with them.
Leave that mark.
Leave that mark with them. Yeah.
And so, I hear you do a little management?
Yeah, I have an artist by the name of Jared the Voice. I have an artist by the name of Jared the Voice.
Okay.
He's an R&B singer. He sings R&B. He sings hip hop. He sings opera, German, Italian. He's like everything in one.
Wow.
I believe when he gets seen, that he's gonna be on another level.
That is.
It's another Drake, but he gonna surpass Drake. They all gonna want to do songs with him because this dude is like, he's serious. His vocal skills is crazy. You know what I mean? He can do theater. He can do what R&B singer you know right now to this day can sing opera? Which one you know can sing German? Can speak a different language? Singing.
None. Yeah.
My point exactly. So just know, when that artist come out and we bigger than life, just know I told you here first.
All right. On Uncut, Century Uncut.
Yeah.
I just have one more question.
Okay.
I know you talked a lot about the kids and the different things that do motivate you, but was there someone that you grew up admiring, or someone that caught your attention?
Yeah, Bernard Mac was one of my people that I wanted to meet. Martin always being a part of me. When Martin came out, R&B was Jodeci, KC. I kind of idolize him a lot, you know, when I do my little singing and stuff. Okay. You know what I mean? But I'm going to leave y'all with this here. Martin Lawrence, Jerome Rome, this the voice. What's wrong with you, girl? You can't call nobody. You can't pick up the phone and find out when visiting hours are. I'm just filling out my community service. My probation thing gonna be all right.
Tony D, y'all.
That's it.
That was such a good imitation. I felt like he was in the room with us just then.
Yeah.
So let everybody know how they can get in touch with you, how they can follow you.
Yeah, y'all can follow me at Tony _D DEE _funny on Instagram. And you can follow me on Tony D on Facebook, and that's Tony TONYDEE on on Facebook. And TikTok, you know, it's gonna be just Tony D. But yeah, y'all reach out, and it's going down. Anything that y'all need. Hey, you want to call on me for a party for the kids? You want to call me for the schools? Anything y'all want to call me for? I'm there. If you need me to just talk to your kid, I'm there. You know what I mean? It's gonna be nothing but love. That's it.
All right. Thanks. You got it first on Uncut.
You better know it.
That's a wrap.
Peace.